What time of the year is the busiest for us in the state?
That's a hard question to answer. There isn't a particular time that's busier than others. It really depends on, what projects need to be made based on, they're going by when is their funding available, when are their stars available. So it's like running a circus. You have to have everything kind of happening.
Everything has to come together
at the same time. So that could really be any time of the year, honestly. Maybe I'd like to say probably the slowest is right before the holidays, right before Christmas. But there are still those projects that are like, we're going to get one last one in before the end of the year. So, but we're busy now. We're busy now.
Well, I don't want you to tell me what we're doing now, but the story we had day before yesterday, was Memphis was, and I don't know if you saw this, one of the magazines said Memphis was one of the best towns for movie goers, or rather movie producers. From the people, the things to see, et cetera, et cetera. And that kind of shined the light on us a little bit. But one of the other things it talked about is Tennessee is getting more and more aggressive in drawing some people in. And I'm not sure if they've got their sights on Georgia. I think everybody has. But
Sure.
Speak to that as far as Tennessee's concerned.
Well, we've always had a really great kind of symbiotic relationship with Tennessee, especially with Memphis being there. So there are projects that will be located. They could be located on our side of the border, but they're still accessing some of Memphis for some of their locations. Women of the Movement is a great example of that, where our offices work together. Women of the Movement was that series that was on ABC. I don't know if you had a chance to see it. It was last month, a couple weeks ago. It was a 6-part series about Mamie Till and Emmett Till, and they based in Greenwood, Mississippi, and shot a lot around the Delta, but then they also dipped into Memphis because they needed to double for Chicago, so they were in Memphis. And so we have a great relationship there in terms of sharing resources.
If it has anything to do with history or civil rights or the blues or anything else, I mean, it's almost like the north side of town is Bill Street, the south side is Clarksdale.
Right.
So you almost have to put those two things together. Yeah. Okay, fill us in on what is going on, the stuff that's happening in the state, because you should know that the office, the Director of Mississippi Film Office, is busy. They are quite valuable to the state in a multitude of ways. But tell us some things that are going on.
Thank you, Paul. Well, as I mentioned, we just finished up with Women of the Movement. That filmed last year. It aired. So it's fun to kind of see the things starting to air after they've been here. So we're seeing some of those things on television, but here, actually on the ground, we still have hometown filming. Now, they have started airing season 6, but they're also filming season 6. So if you're in Laurel, Mississippi, or in South Mississippi, you might see them around working on houses.
Can we talk about that for a moment?
Sure.
What that's meant to the state of Mississippi? How big are they on HGTV? Have you looked at the ratings where they place in there?
I haven't looked at them recently, but they tend to be at the very top these days.
Yes.
You see them on People magazine, you see them on covers of magazines, so that tells you they are pretty high on the list. They've done an incredible thing for Mississippi.
It's transformed the image of Mississippi by a lot of people. It's almost, and I know they've mentioned this on a show, it's kind of like today's form of Mayberry. And I know that every town has problems, but they do show Mississippi in a good light.
They really do.
Great.
And Ben and Aaron are such incredible people. I mean, who you see on television is really who they are. They're not putting on a show. They're not actors. That's really who they are. They love their hometown, and it's infectious.
I think some of the film crew has gotten to love the town and the people, too.
Oh, yeah. Some of them have purchased houses there.
Yes, yes.
So it's great. It's great to, I don't know, they're ambassadors for the state, and Laurel is an ambassador for the state. So it's not just about Ben and Aaron. It's really about that community.
Wasn't really happy with the little addition that they did going to another place over in Alabama, but hopefully that was just a spurt of the moment thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's infectious. Other towns want to be like Laurel and like Mississippi. So.
All right, what else is going on?
Well, we've got a movie. If you're following our social media, you'll see that we posted something a day or so ago about a new movie that's locating in Canton, and it's called The Minute You Wake Up Dead, and Morgan Freeman, Cole Hauser. They're both in that movie, and it's
Whoa.
kind of a dark comedy mystery. So that should be a fun time.
What's the progress of that? Is it started?
It is not. Well, they're in pre-production right now, so they'll be starting pretty soon. And then in Natchez, we have something brewing. We have like a horror thriller, low-budget film there that's brewing. And we have, how many do we? We have 3 projects getting ready for the Gulf Coast, all kind of in the action thriller genre. So they'll be on the ground very soon. So if anybody out there, any listeners want to be an actor, an extra, you're a crew member, pay attention to our social media because we put it out there where they're receiving resumes and headshots and such.
Are you doing that on Twitter or Facebook or Snapchat or all of the above?
We do it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're not quite in the Snapchat world yet.
Very good.
What about TikTok?
No TikToks, but
God
if you want to do a dance with me, maybe we can open up a TikTok.
I'll get back to you.
901, meet in the green room for the dance. There you go. Well, and you said Natchez also, and is that one also in pre-production?
It is. It is. Everything's in pre-production right now. So come a couple weeks from now and then into March, you'll see productions popping up in your communities. You'll see film crews. You'll see the trucks. So, we're busy. We're busy. And I think actually we're going to be busy through the rest of the year. So we have a lot of repeat customers, repeat producers that they've had a good experience here and they want to bring another one back. And so this is one of those years where we have some repeat producers coming back.
That's good. Nina Parikh, did I pronounce the name right?
You did. It was perfect. Thank you.
Director of Mississippi Film Institute. Are there any bills, and I know we only got one segment with you here, but are there any bills or legislation that you want to highlight here and tell us about that we need to be watching?
Nothing right now. We have a strong rebate program, and that's part of the reason why we have these repeat producers. So we're happy that continues to work.
I think one of the things, because we had that lull in as far as some of the incentives, and we lost a lot of the infrastructure people who were working on it. Hopefully that is rebuilding, and we'll have more people if they're interested.
Yeah.
Is all of that information on your website?
It is. Like you said, we are rebuilding. We're building that crew base back up, and in our social media, on our website, you'll find information there to be able to sign up and get involved.
Always good seeing you. We thank you so very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Be careful of the weather out there.
I will. Happy New Year. I haven't seen you yet, so Happy New Year.
I know. Same to you. Thank you so very much. Nina Parikh, she's the director of Mississippi Film.